the nominees that come before this committee, and that is the importance of diversity, not just on the federal bench. Happy to talk about that all day long, but I asked the question specifically in the spirit of diversity amongst law clerks. Federal clerkships can be wonderful launch pads for a legal career and often serves as a pipeline to the top levels of our nation's legal profession, both in the public and the private sectors. But far too often, women and minority law students are overlooked for federal clerkships despite having equal qualifications as their peers. So I'd like to hear from each of you, starting with Judge Brailsford. If you could just discuss for a moment if you agree with that priority, the importance of diversity at all levels of the judiciary, and should you be fortunate enough to be confirmed, what you would do individually and personally to advance diversity in clerkships in our judicial system.
Thank you for the question, Senator. I do believe that diversity is important in the judiciary. I think it gives confidence to people that justice is for all. It's also a reminder that diligence and hard work and merit matter. And if confirmed, I would definitely look to all backgrounds and diverse backgrounds for law clerks if they met the merit criteria to be a law clerk.
Judge Cruz?
Thank you, Senator. I agree. Having a diverse bench, it's important that the bench emulates the communities that we serve in order to ensure that the public has confidence in the fairness and impartiality of our courts. I would take your comment one step further and say internships, judicial internships are an important opportunity to offer those to diverse law students, which is something that I do in my chambers. I have hired diverse clerks, and it is important to maintain that diversity at all levels. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ms. Sullivan.
Thank you, Senator. And I couldn't agree more with Judge Brailsford and Judge Cruz. I would also look for diverse set of candidates for law clerks. I think, and I guess I'd add that I would look for diversity in all forms. So I would certainly be looking for sort of racial, gender diversity, socioeconomic background, and also, I mean, other sort of educational background. When I clerked for Judge Laurie, he would always look to find clerks with different technical backgrounds, just to make sure that the various areas of technology were covered, and that's sort of an underrated set of diverse candidates to look for as well. And so I would certainly go about looking diligently for a wide mix of candidates.
Yeah, thank each of you for your answers. And yes, to be clear, in addition to gender, ethnic, racial diversity, et cetera, this committee's been clear and has worked successfully with the Biden administration to put forward nominees for the bench that have a diverse set of both professional as well as life experience, to have a judiciary that reflects the diverse country that it serves, but also, to your point, Judge Cruz, bolsters public confidence in the system and the decisions that it puts out. In my time remaining, I have a specific question for Ms. Sullivan. You've generally focused on patent and trademark issues in your practice, and you have significant experience spanning the public sector, the private sector, as well as academia. Given your experience across these different sectors, can you please describe how your prior roles will aid you as you prepare for this specific role on the bench?
Thank you for the question, Senator. Starting at the beginning of my career, when I was a law clerk, I was clerking on the federal circuit and reviewing all of the various issues that the Court of Federal Claims were involved in, reviewing cases on all the various issues that come before the Court of Federal Claims. In my practice, I have focused on intellectual property cases, which are one of the areas of the court's jurisdiction. But on top of that, my experience has spanned cross-cutting issues that that the Court of Federal Claims addresses, things like administrative law, statutory interpretation, constitutional questions. Those sorts of things come up across the board in all different areas of the court's jurisdiction. And one quick thing I would add is my experience practicing in front of the Federal Circuit and understanding the records of highly technical, complex cases, I think will serve me well on the court if I were fortunate enough to be confirmed.
Thank you very much.